The Labour Party continues to be the toxic gift that keeps on giving. In the space of only a couple of weeks, we've now had 2 shadow cabinet ministers who've been suspended for being dodgy creatures. Alright, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We have another semi-breaking news story for you guys. This just came out a couple of hours ago. We've been reporting on the misbehavior of MPs across the party benches and all the mainstream political parties. It doesn't just apply to the Labour Party, but Labour are essentially competing with all the other parties when it comes to being dodgy and being accused of things, whether it's harassment or financial corruption or whatever. So in this video, we're going to give you a new name, a new shadow cabinet minister who's been suspended again. Before we start, I'm going to show you something quickly. When we do our videos, last 28 days at least, 44.6% of you are not subscribed. Feel free to subscribe. The best thing you can do is actually do that to get notified when we do our videos, and it will help us to grow our independent new media movement. Now, let's go on with the show. All right, what's going on? Last couple of days, a couple of weeks, we had Geraint Davis, who was accused of harassment. He was suspended, and the Labour Party came back, and guess what they said in response? We cannot comment. So you had your investigation. You decided to basically follow through with it, and yet you're still not going to say anything. We don't want the details of your case. All we want is some sort of response about the toxic culture that you have in your party. That's all the general public want to know right now. So you had Geraint Davis. That was recently. Now we have another one. Yeah, another one. So this guy is called Bambus Charalambus. Love the name, by the way. So this man has also lost his whip. He is actually a shadow foreign office minister. So essentially, if Keir Starmer becomes prime minister and the Labour Party becomes Labour government, these people will have direct influence over our foreign policy. That is lovely, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. Now, he might go away, they might get rid of him, or they might just completely cover the whole thing up and say, yeah, we had good words and we've learned from mistakes. Let's just continue and make him a foreign office minister. And let's see how he's going to deal with Russia and Ukraine. Clearly, he's got the expertise, right? He knows how to deal with this sort of stuff. So the Labour Party are in huge trouble over their own members. He spoke to the Guardian, I believe, that he said, I am aware that there is an allegation that requires investigation by the Labour Party. It is right and proper that process is allowed to take place. I will cooperate fully and play my full part. It is not appropriate to say anything further at this time. Now, obviously, as we always say on this channel, innocent until proven guilty. But there is a trend of misbehavior, there is a trend of corruption, and there's a trend of cover-ups. He might be innocent, but there are so many of his other colleagues who are still walking around freely in our parliament and on our streets, and we've seen so many examples. Again, it applies to all mainstream parties as well. And yet, there's no cleanup. There's no operation to drain the swamp of these nutters. So, what is the Labour Party saying about this one? As usual, Labour HQ and Keir Starmer's office have told us we cannot really comment on this, so you're going to have to wait. The problem I have with this comment, the no comment, is that obviously they usually say this at first, whether it's a legal case or investigation, but they never even comment afterwards. When it's all done, they still don't comment. I mean, can we have someone to comment on something at some point? I understand the beginning of it is quite difficult. You don't want to say anything that would jeopardize the whole investigation, but you need to be more transparent, at least throughout the process and afterwards. And do not come back and say, we've learned from mistakes. We're getting sick and tired of that. Now, just a reminder of what sort of people we're dealing with, what sort of people are going to be forming the next potential government. Look at these guys. With the trend that we are seeing right now in the last few months, some of these people could actually become senior figures at the top of the Labour Party and Labour government. Probably not Becky, but she's gone. She's not going to get any power. But you're going to have your Angela Rayner's. Andy Burnham wants to come back to Parliament. You're going to have Wes Streeting getting a top job, and Wes Streeting then wants to become party leader after Keir Starmer. it's all chaotic. And these people will be running our country, potentially. So good luck with that. And at the same time, Rishi Sunak is helping them by being completely incompetent. Yeah, lovely, isn't it? Anyway, let's take a quick break. Make sure to share this video and don't forget, subscribe. Click on the subscribe button right now. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.